Right. I just want to make it clear for the record that the CCC is not in the business of opposing something just for the sake of it. If you look at, I'll just take the example of council because it's something that was raised. If you look at decisions of central government that have been opposed by our councillors, you look at the Pomona dump site issue, you look at the fire trucks that central government wanted to purchase from Belarus, if you look at a lot of the procurement around water chemicals, all of these are deals that were bad for the residents. And regardless of one's politics, these are issues that were problematic for any resident, regardless of which political party they came from. If you go to residents' associations, if you go to the WhatsApp groups of our residents in Mount Pleasant, those aren't CCC groups. These are just residents who are interested in basic services that work. If you look at the bill that was being given to council following the Pomona dump site, for a council that can barely afford to deliver basic services, you know, one clearly sees that corruption is at the root of that problem. And so what citizens are polarized against is bad governance. What citizens are polarized against is corruption. You can't expect us to smile when you've got a government that loots 2.2 billion every single year. You can't have, you can't expect citizens to smile, regardless of their politics, when you've got a gold mafia that's looting $100 million worth of gold every single month. Citizens won't smile at that, and certainly as the CCC, we want the country to work for everyone. Now, when Mr. Gwasira says, what he's basically saying is that this country belongs to ZANU-PF. That's why they consistently say it's for ED, it's for ED. The CCC is saying, no, we need to restore the social contract between the citizens and the state. We need to ensure that we've got a government that's in place that doesn't prioritize party politics, that doesn't interfere. You can't have a situation where ZBC is polarized to the point that they only favor one political party. You can't have a situation where basic services that should be accessible to everybody are only confined to a particular political party. It's those sort of things that toxify the environment. And as the CCC, we consistently say we want a government that works for everyone. Now, coming to what you've said, how do we fix that? You make sure that you put citizens first. You don't put the interests of your own political party first. When you're dealing with the allocation of resources, including mining resources, you don't put your children, your friends, your party political elites at the front. You make it fair and equitable for all citizens. You've got a situation where the national airline is not working today, and yet you've got someone who travels to Russia in a private jet. That person is not interested in the citizens. He's not interested in delivering for everyone. He's interested in just Vene, and by Vene, it just means them. Only they benefit, which is why the majority of the country is suffering from extreme poverty. 49% of the citizens are poor, and yet you've got a country that has enough gold to ensure that the entire infrastructure works.
Councillor Gwasira, I would like you to respond there. Just
that the ZANU-PF is for everyone. Mr. Mnangagwa said, we are the army, we are the police, we are everything. Ukaendesa project yako kunevan ve opposition, haubatsiro nofana kuya kwatiri. The CCC, by contrast, has made a promise to the citizens that we are going to put the citizens first. We're going to work for everyone. And for the citizens of Mount Pleasant, I've set out a 10-point constituency manifesto, which you'll come by online or in your letterbox, where I promise to speak out about the issues that matter to our community, to serve transparently and ethically, to seek local solutions to our local concerns, to champion a learner-friendly environment, to champion access to healthcare for everyone, to champion protection of the natural environment and natural resources for the benefit of everyone, to champion sport and culture and the interests of the youth, to champion local business and make sure it works for everyone, to champion fair labor practices and make sure they work for everyone, and to listen and give feedback to the entirety of our community. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, we are a peace-loving party. We say no to violence continuously.
Let me ask you this,
Sure.
and this is to pick up on a point that's been made by Councillor Gwasira. Yes, you've criticized, and you criticize a lot of what the ruling party has done. Surely they must have done some good. We've never heard you praising them.
Well, like if you look at the lived reality of Zimbabweans, there's very little good to talk about. If you're broke, you can't afford basic services, you've got no water in your home, there's no electricity, and when it's there, you can't afford it. You can't afford to take your kids to school. When you do get a bit of money to take your kids to school, the teachers are poorly paid, they want money for extra lessons, the curriculum itself, color, it doesn't work. I mean, there's very little to say thank you to. And the reason the CCC says that we are a credible alternative for the citizens is we've got solutions to all of this, and we're shortly going to release. They said they don't need a manifesto. Their poor record of work is their manifesto.
As Councillor Gwasira says, if you have the
blueprint.
Solutions, why not proffer them now for the improvement of the lives
we are definitely doing that. Very shortly, you're going to see us release our new Great Zimbabwe Blueprint, which is going to have all the answers. We're going to give them to you. It's not a secret.
Indeed.
We want Zimbabwe to work for everyone.
Councillor Gwasira, over to you.